Hello, we're back for the Hope to Hope conference. We're talking about the power that comes from vulnerability. And I'm Kim White with the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Cassandra Bradford Wilson with Genesis Preferred Solutions.
And our guest that's coming on, I'm super excited about. I went ahead and wore my smart glasses.
Yeah, you're going to need smart glasses, smart hearing aids, a smart walker, smart therapeutic shoes.
Well, I'm just saying because I feel like I can't really hang with this one because she's so smart. Will you introduce her, Dr. Cassandra?
This is my daughter. This is my New York baby, Yawne Robinson. She's with Reading for Smiles. They have a 98% success rate. I'm not playing with you guys about these kids, honey. And she is a genius. Mm-hmm. And so I follow her because you have to stalk your kids on Facebook.
That's right.
And I follow her, and she's been putting these questions on Facebook for her kids. And I'm like, I don't know the answer to any of this. I am just not this smart. So that's why I don't have no smart glasses today because that ain't going to help. I'm going to tell you, these questions that she got out here that she's teaching her students, I'm like, they're going to be brilliant. Their IQs are probably off the chart. So I want to introduce my Texas baby girl, Yawne Robinson.
Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank
you. Oh my goodness. I feel like we're in the presence of like greatness.
Smartness.
That's
what let's be honest here. We don't know any of the questions that you've been putting on Facebook for students. I know nothing. So I'm looking at these questions like, keep going. I can't answer. I was like, can I call a friend?
and they were for like the third grade or something. I was like, and I'm like, I'm 50. I have no idea.
She was asking, do you know? I'm like, well, let me Google this on the map. I don't know how to spell it. I'm trying to copy paste. I'm sorry.
Well, so that everybody that's watching us knows, Yawne, will you tell us what Reading for Smiles is all about?
Yes, I'm delighted. Ladies, thank you so much for having me on. Smooches to you guys. So Reading for Smiles is a tutoring nonprofit. We work with students around reading, vocabulary, and writing comprehension so that our students are prepared for the future. We have two main goals in our program. One is that everybody is Harvard bound. So no matter where you are, how you come in, or anything like that. Yes, did I say Harvard bound? I did say Harvard bound. That the children are placed in position to be smart enough to get into any institution that they want to be registered at or enrolled at in their college life. And then the other one is that we give back and we help support one another. So Harvard is the goal. We should be able to tell Harvard, no, we don't want to go to your school. We have options. That's how great I want them to be. And then the other one is how do we help others in our community? So service and giving back is something else that we do. Reading for Smiles is about connecting literacy to real life. So everything that the students learn and work on is about how does this show up for me in the real world? I'm a stickler. Sometimes we say some of these things that we learn in school is not important. And I say it's not that it's not important. It's that we didn't show you where it connects in real life.
Ooh, that is powerful. Say that again. Because that is really powerful.
And I tell students and other colleagues, it's not that the topics aren't important. It's just that we as educators do not show students where they show up in real life. So it's about giving students access and exposure.
Wow. I think, okay, so what's
I'm putting my glasses back on.
What are the ages, Yawne, that you accept into your program?
So students who are aged 5 With some 4-year-olds, you have to be a really gifted and talented 4-year-old for me to take you. I will say that. I only take in specific students who we actually test at the age of 4. And then whatever they don't know, we just continue pushing them forward so that they are readers by the time they enter kindergarten. But from kindergarten to middle school, up to 8th grade, I prepare them and make sure that they know what their options are so that by the time they graduate junior high, they are ready for high school and to make other decisions for their life.
So you don't take 53-year-olds?
Or 50? Or not 50?
I'll be in New York in October. Do you have like a 3-day program? If they can give me,
You can get my
I'll pay. Can you get us in on a 2-for-1 special? Hey, Rob,
But you got time here anytime. My space is your space. So anytime. Bring everybody.
Look, if you follow us on social media, and she's getting ready to throw out there what they're studying. If you don't know any of it, go find your birth certificate, your TSA number, because we're going into New York.
Oh my God. Well, it's been awesome and doing this. I love working with the younger people. And we've really created an ecosystem here at Reading for Smiles. So I have students right now who are in 3rd grade and 4th grade saying, we can't wait to come back and volunteer. We can't wait to come back and work here. So a lot of the people who actually do work for me were past students of mine who just keep coming back. This is home for everybody. Wow. And we cultivated this environment here so that everyone feels comfortable to succeed and to really try out their talents.
So now, is this something that's just like in one community, or is this something that you're reproducing all over
the world?
So it's so.
Because I got, Yawne, we got big vision.
Well, I love it. You know how big I am on vision. So here's the deal. I'll give you a little bit backstory, Kim, because when I started Reading for Smiles, I was actually studying at the United Nations. And at the UN, we had to build programs that would be international. So I was already in education. And for me, it was like, go ahead, put something together. And then I actually put it together in real life and said, I'm going to run with this. I'm going to make it happen. And today, now we're 7 years old from off of a school project of my own. So the goal is to definitely go global. And tap into doing more virtual school for these little youngsters, but also creating small spaces that we can bring our stuff out to, because everyone doesn't have the technology capacity to get on in some of the areas that we would really like to hit. So if you are watching and you are in anywhere in the world and you know that there's places that need to be served with high academic excellence and a real nurturing environment so that kids can feel comfortable to grow, please go to the Reading for Smiles page or email support@readingforsmiles.org, because somebody from the team will get back to you on what we would need to do the footwork. I'm big on pushing literacy. To me, literacy is my fight against oppression. And I say that because the more we know, the more places we can go. So the more exposure I have. My students are very clear here that if we can see other places and go to other places and experience other things, our opportunities broaden. And we don't have too many of those conversations with our youth, right? And like, we don't really talk about money to our kids. We say, no, you can't have it, or mommy doesn't have it right now. We don't really explain to them the bills that we pay, the responsibilities that we have as adults. So by the time they get to the age of an adult, they are wasteful with money, right? They don't know about investing. They don't know how to manage money. They walk out like me in a whole lot of college debt. And I'm like, where was I for myself 15 to 18 years ago? You know, but you know, it's powerful to see kindergartners and first graders start talking about how can I save my money, how can I make sure I pay my bills on time and stuff like that, and they don't even have a bill yet, but they're ahead. They're ahead, and we talk about wants and needs. Like, what do you want and what do you need? Cassandra, you know, you're the best one to say, I don't want to see it on your back, right? And that your statement of truth is lined in my head. And so I carry that on to the kids too. No, we don't have to wear all of our money.
Right. Yeah. Right. So Yawne, tell us about a time in your life where you've had to make some hard decisions from being vulnerable, and then that vulnerability took you to a position of hope.
Ooh. Well, this was hard, right? Because I will say this. Before I started the program, I felt like my back was against the wall because I was working at a place that didn't appreciate me and what I was bringing to the table. So I had to make some choices, right? So creating an opportunity for kids to learn and doing a whole new business, something that was different from the regular educational norm, especially in after school world, was taking a risk. I didn't know if it was going to go right. I didn't know where we were setting up at. I didn't know who was going to join me, right? Like, oh, you just want to do this program. So what? You know, I didn't know who we would partner with. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know that there was a 501c, documentation that needed to be filled out. I was clueless. So I had to stand in on the truth of saying, you got to go find out what you don't know. That means you're going to have to talk to people, right? Because I'm sociable, but I really don't like to ask people too many questions. So I had to get out of my own way. And I did the research. I put in the time. I committed my life in a whole nother way because I was used to getting money and doing money differently than what this was going to call for. And, you know, that puts you out there. And when you are really pushing for a dream to come true, sometimes you got to talk to people you don't know. Sometimes you got to talk to people you don't like. You gotta be willing to do things that everybody would judge you for. That's not normal, or what they would classify as normal. And you got to step out on faith. And that's what I did. I stepped out on faith. I went to other educators and approached them first because education wasn't my background. So, you know, I felt uncomfortable trying to launch something that wasn't even what my degrees are in. And
they didn't tell her. Yeah, they didn't tell you that it was okay, and they didn't even tell you that you didn't even need all of that to do what you're doing right now.
Absolutely,
whoever they are.
This whole big family. I don't know if they live next door to the Rockefellers or who they are, but they are just a big family. I don't know. So now you didn't know that you couldn't do it.
Right.
Your back was against the wall.
Yeah.
So what did you do to launch it? What did you do?
Well, I sat down and started reading as much as possible. I started looking at structures for different after-school programs. I started looking at what other people were offering. I started looking at what the kids that looked like me and in my community needed that wasn't being done. I started asking parents, what did they need? How could they feel supported? What is it that they still want to do for their child that they may not have been able to do for themselves? I started talking to different activist groups. And I mean, I was out in those streets. I mean, literally, I was outside with flyers. I was talking to people. I hosted events just to kind of get the buzz out there because I had to tell all these people what I wanted to do. I was talking to senior citizens. I'm like, I know you don't have kids, but you got grandkids. You know somebody who got kids. What do you guys think about these things? So, I had to really come out of my comfort shell because I only like to talk to people that I know and say, okay, now you talk to people that you don't know so that you can get the word out. And then it was like all a dream. Woo! Then we're here.
You've come a long way. I've seen your pom-poms.
Yes, and you know what? I've been to
The only thing I have next to me is the finger pointer. You got to do it.
Well, I've been to Reading for Smiles location, and Yawne has students there from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, and they get to learn a whole plethora of information and studies, and I am so impressed. And when I came to her facility where Reading for Smile is, I got to meet grandmother. I had to throw grandmother in there.
Yes.
And her grandmother is just as brilliant. So we talk about grandmother and some of the quirky things grandmother does, but grandmother is a genius. So the apple really didn't fall far from the tree. So I had to just throw that in there because, I ain't going to let nobody throw grandmother under the bus.
I know. Grandmother is here. Grandmother's actually in the hallway still talking to some staff that's still here. But you are absolutely right. It was the power of, for us, prayer and really having someone to lean on to kind of help me get through the beginning stages of this organization. We face losing our space, this space that we're in, and the other space, right? So now what do you do when you have a whole bunch of children and you're about to lose your space? You got to stand up. I couldn't shrink. And then we actually got in so deep that I really still couldn't shrink. I can't shrink now. Every day I'm like, why am I doing this again? Oh yeah, I forgot. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. Yeah. So, and when parents found out that our space was up, that we may be losing it, they were signing petitions and everything. They were on the ball.
Wow.
They were ready. So, we have to, I'm big on this with the students. Whoever I tell my kids they can be, I've been forcing myself to become that. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
You got to teach them that they can because you're doing it.
Exactly. So there's no opting out, which is another rule of Reading for Smiles. No one gets to opt out. We only opt in. And we opt in. We help. And
so you guys do something like, hey, tag me in. No.
Only at reset.
Don't you point that finger. I need to reset.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to tell you something. I want to encourage you with something because, you're still kind of starting. You are doing a lot of things already, but I want to tell you, we just went to Mazatlan, Mexico in May.
Oh.
And my friend Noemi, if she's watching, I hope she will say something. But she actually started a private school in Mazatlan 26 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's the number one private school in Mexico.
Nice.
And she did not start. Well, she started like you. She wasn't sure what she could do. And she did it for her kids. And then it ended up being this incredible thing that took off and now is going on and on. She's left a legacy really because it's still going. And that's what you're creating is a legacy. You are creating something that, that is it'll outlive you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm well aware of that as my staff has dedicated me out the way. Well, first of all, I have an 8-year-old, Tenzin, who has been with me since kindergarten, and he told me he is the next CEO of Reading for Smiles. And I said, whoa. What? Yes. Okay. And he said, yes. And this is what we're going to do. If you are up to, I'm going to have an office created just for you. And we're going to also have a Hall of Fame where I put all the pictures of all the previous staff members. I would like for you to still be a part of Reading for Smiles so that I can ask you questions for when I need to. But your picture is going to be up. It's going to be the biggest one so everybody knows who started the organization. But I'm going to be the next CEO.
So you have a predecessor in the making.
Yeah, and it is so funny because I was sitting there with my mouth open and couldn't believe what this child was telling me. But what I have now learned is to listen and to accept the vision that children have, because often most of our best found dreams are in our childhood when we can think so widely without the impediments of life. And I believe this kid is going to do it. I totally believe. I can totally see him coming back and taking over. He knows.
How old is he again?
He is 8 right now.
8 years old and talking like a CEO.
There he is.
Wow.
As long as my office gets a window, I'm good. I don't care.
Well, Yawne, I see Reading for Smiles with its own building. I see Reading for Smiles. I see a big old flagpole with every nation's flag flying from it. I see you going further and in more cities and in more countries. And you know me, I got big dreams. I got big vision.
Yes.
And they say I'm a drug pusher. So, when you came to Texas, I was like, my baby's opening up a school in Texas. And everybody, she was like, hold on, wait a minute, mother. I gotta work some things out. But when I look at because I follow Reading for Smiles on Facebook. And like I was saying, even what they've been doing this week, I can't answer any of those questions. But I'm like, if these kids are answering these types of questions and doing this type of work, and then you look at the school systems, especially here in the state of Texas, where they're failing. And I'm like, these kids are learning that I cannot pronounce. I don't know where on the globe. I spin the globe around and I close my eyes and point, and that's not it. That's not working. But these kids are learning things that here they teach them a test.
Right.
There you're teaching them about experiences, about life, about thinking outside of the box and making decisions and owning up to those decisions.
Yes. Accountability. Something that we all kind of struggle with, right? As we get older, accountability becomes a little hard. But if we can kind of figure out how to own accountability in a younger age and self-awareness like no other, right? So we build people up here. You are important. I tell all my students, you are VIP here. Who's better than you here? Nobody. We're all important here.
Oh,
I know that's right.
Oh, yes.
And you're
in our media where they're staying in front of the VIP banners just so that they're constantly reminded. I'm very important.
That is so awesome.
I love it.
Yeah. And imagine what they will go and do that'll be bigger and even bolder because you empowered them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think of that. What did they do?
Let me brag for a minute. So this year's 8th grade graduation students were the first students that we taught in this building that we're in now, right? So we had students before them. But this was our first group of students that they're on their way to high school now. And I said, oh my God, I can't miss this graduation. So I go. Do you know that every child that was given the Community Service of Excellence, Academic Excellence, and the Valedictorian were all Reading for Smiles students? I was sitting in the
girl, you need pom-poms.
Yes, I do. I need some pom-poms. I'm going to order me some. I was sitting there like a proud parent because I said, oh my God, this is so real and so doable. And these kids have done it. And they talked to me after graduation like, oh my God, Ms. Robinson, thank you so much. We remembered everything you said and we kept doing it. And now we're here. And I'm like, they all got into the high schools of their dream. Like, I don't know. I was just flawed. I was flawed. And I'm like, we got to do everybody.
Now you see why I'm proud of my little Texas baby.
Yes.
Can I just be your auntie princess?
Huh?
Can I just be your auntie princess?
Yes. Listen, we can have you do a live with the kids. The kids would love it. They would be like, "Oh my God, it's a princess!"
She never wear her tiara.
Yes.
She used to wear the big one.
Do you?
She used to wear the big one. See, look.
Ooh, pretty. That is pretty.
That's thanks to your mama. That was my present from that I couldn't wear because I'm a bobblehead, but now I can wear it.
Do you know I have a student who is 7 years old who wears a little tiara every day too?
Aww.
Yeah.
You have a junior princess.
Yeah.
You have a junior princess. You have to go and meet.
I need to come meet her.
Yes. I couldn't believe it. And I thought it was for one day, but then I realized she's been wearing it every day. And I was like, oh, I guess you're a princess.
Well, sometimes I get looks in the store whenever I'm wearing mine, but it's okay because they need to know we're princesses.
Hey, shine on, shine
Okay, so what can we do to serve you? Because this conference, you're sharing the part about that you didn't know how you were even going to do this, but you did it.
Yes.
That gives people hope in the way of they want to start something. There's a way to do what you want to do. You got to work it out. Sometimes it doesn't look like you want it to look like at first, but there's a way to work those things out. What can we do? Go ahead.
I was going to say people have to learn to give themselves flexibility. I had to learn that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I'm living this dream now, but this is still not everything I dreamed it to be. But I've been rolling with what I got. And we've been going beyond what some parts of the dream has been. We have already serviced well over at least 400 kids in the 7 years.
400 lives have been changed.
Yes. And they come back to this building and they visit me all the time. I probably get I get a lot of visits. A lot of visits and a lot of random phone calls from parents. So,
That's awesome.
You got to keep pushing and you got to be flexible. Your dream might not it might not come out the same way you want it to, but you still keep working on it and you will be blessed beyond measure. You can't give up. You have to be super, super invested in what your vision is. Even when everybody thinks
I want to talk about Yawne is so brilliant, and she talked about she went to school. She was at the United Nations, but when I first met Yawne, not when I first met you. This was last year too. When did your book of affirmations? You wrote 2 of them overnight. Last night I started on the book 2 thanks to Kim. You think I'm a drug pusher? She's a puller. She was pulling me by the hair, and she's pulling me. So I've already written 2.5 chapters. The cover should be coming today, but Yawne wrote 2 books overnight. Just overnight, Kim.
I watched her go into town with one of them, and this is a new one. I don't even think it's out
a new
yet.
one. I don't think I don't know. It could be.
We've been not done yet, but I am working on it. I'm waiting for summer camp now to be over to put the final touches on that one. So yes, student affirmations and teacher affirmations. I wrote teachers affirmations first because people in my industry are burnt out. They are burnt out. They are in need of hope. And it's very,
yeah.
Working with children.
We were talking about that yesterday, about the fact that teachers are in a position of, they try to make a difference, but there's red tape.
Yes.
And there's different things that they battle. And it's no wonder they're tired and worn out and burnt out, is because they don't have the support that they need. So affirmations to me would be an incredibly powerful tool to help them not give up, because there's help coming.
Yes. Yes, I needed something that would lift their spirits and lift my own. So I'm not even exempt, because when you are dealing with so many different lives, that's so much different spirits and energies that are coming towards your way. You have to be in a safe space and place mentally, physically, emotionally, right? Like, so if you're drained and you're tapped out, how could you really be a great educator? What are we leading them to? So I really wrote that for my fellow educators who I was seeing get burnt out, and we needed a little bit of hope to keep going. So I have a private Facebook group that's called Educators on the Rise. It's a part of my other business, which is the Educator Suite, and that's all things education for educators. So it's a lot of professional development that happens in there. I'm getting ready to launch a vision board party in a couple of weeks, so that we can start the school
Not in October,
right? Huh?
I'll be there. I'll be there in October. Can we do a part 2?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Because I think that, education is this tightrope, right? And this is what we were talking about with our colleague at NYU today. People are coming into the industry and they're burning out faster than they even took to get in it. And we need levels of support and people to lean on. We make this education thing so isolated when it doesn't have to be. And there's schools that are doing great and we don't get to hear from them. And there's educators who are great and we don't get to see them. So now I created this safe space for us. So I'm taking charge, I'm taking lead, and I'm coming to be the Oprah of education.
See, how can an educator get in there? How can, if there's educators watching and they want to be like unburnt, I don't know what you want to say.
Untoasted.
Untoasted.
You come to the they can look for the group Educators on the Rise. We have,
and that's a Facebook group.
Yep, it's a Facebook group. We have 261 members right now from all across the U.S. and a couple from Finland.
Awesome.
What's with this Finland? We interviewed somebody else. She didn't ever talk about Finland. We got to go to Finland.
Yeah, Miss Wanda McKinley got a humanitarian award in Finland.
Oh.
So that was a big deal.
Yes, that's a really big deal.
The educators do need you.
And I need
She said she's the Oprah of educators now.
Yeah.
She's the Oprah of educators.
I know what makes sense, and that's why Ron Clark from Ron Clark Academy in Atlanta was like, you need to open the school. You need to just do it. And I'm like, no. No. And he's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But what if I have another way of making impact? What if we have another way to work with other educators around this world? So how can you guys help me continue being champions of education?
Now I know. Okay, I know where Kim is going with this, and I know we would have to do this offline. Because
she's right.
We don't know.
Down, I'm nervous.
Yawne, I was here for 15 minutes, and I got a whole new business model. You understand?
Oh, well,
then she told me, write that book.
My model's getting ready to change again because we have officially partnered with Sullivan Learning Center as well. So
that's a big deal.
That is a
big deal, Yawne. And Sylvans are all over the world. Over now, I know the U.S.
Yes, definitely throughout the U.S. And they get the vision, and we meet. And we're going to continue to meet to kind of find this happy medium so that we're continuously serving and actually coming up with maybe a new program. So I can't say too much just yet. You guys know how that works.
Okay, but thank you for letting me know. Okay, I'm being Mama Bear. I got it. Okay, so now I know what to pray for. I will be lifting you up in prayer. I'll be asking for God's favor and that His perfect will be done. So don't get me started because, I'm about to get all emotional. So, I got you. I got you. So
I know.
The prayer warriors unite.
You know,
And I want to. Oh, go.
no, I was going to say the overall vision
ahead.
really is to have satellite sites of Reading for Smiles, both physically and virtually. Because there's so many students who could really use us.
Yes.
Yes. And I don't know if Princess can get Princess Lee to watch. I don't know, but the Friends of Barone, I'm just gonna call out and visited. They need you. They need. We had them there, like to the school,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got to the #1 private school. I mean, we went to both ends of the spectrum, and they need you.
We need to give my baby the Mazit line. Okay, I'll be working behind the scenes that when we go offline. Don't even worry about Yawne. You know I got you.
Well, yes. I mean that is the overall dream, to really expand. I had the craziest dream of me speaking on 7 different stages to students. And it was so
That's not
clear to me.
crazy.
No, it's not crazy, but I mean, it was crazy to wake up because I was like, I was speaking to all these people. These were all students. And we were bringing Reading for Smiles students from different states all together.
Yes, for the big graduation and stuff.
Hey! Yes!
Girl, I see it.
And can we have invitations to that too?
Yeah, we want to come to that.
You guys are VIP. Hello.
Wait, we'll get our smart glasses again.
I got green mine, Yawne. Apparently, I didn't know this was a smart moment.
Listen, I promise that we won't quiz you guys. We won't pull out any text or nothing like that. You'll just be VIP.
If you're VIP, you don't have to know all those things, I guess.
We'll bring pom-poms.
We'll bring pom-poms and tiaras. And smart glasses.
And smart glasses. Yes. No, but it's amazing, and to watch these children grow up before my eyes, because again, in our program, we're very family oriented. So I get to see these kids from kindergarten through middle school, all the way up. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
So are you on Amazon?
On Amazon. Both
Are
books.
your books on Amazon?
Yes, both books are on Amazon.
Okay, tell us the name again so that we can make sure that we have them in the feed so that people can go on and get them, because there's too many educators that need them and too many parents that need them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called Teacher Affirmations by Yawne Robinson. And then the other one is Student Affirmations. And it's a tool that I really need to put together more for our other teachers to work with their students on, because it's really a self-esteem builder. It lets students understand exactly who they are and where they fit within the classroom year after year. So that they have to affirm themselves to be actually open and ready to learn the new content at the beginning of the year. I started it with my students. We would do 2 affirmations each session, and they loved it. And they said, when I stopped doing them, because we did them for I had a specific time period to do it, because I was trying to also get them mentally prepped for the state test. They were like, when are we doing the affirmations again? And I'm like, you got your book. You can do it now at home. Oh, no, we want to do it together. We want to do it here. So now it's like, well, now it's a part of our culture. Yes?
Yawne, why are you using mobile marketing to send out text alert for teacher affirmations daily? I mean, they will sign up for it and pay a fee, but they're to pay a fee. But you can. We'll talk offline. I'm sorry.
No, what I did was I'm probably going to do a part 2 to that book, because in all honesty, so much of Teacher Affirmations is already out there in my news feed throughout social media, except for those who don't follow me or don't know about us, then that's a little bit different. But people have shared them. I know. People have shared them because I have images. But I also do have calendars and stuff. And the calendars have the affirmations on it. So you are reminded all the time about what it is to be a servant leader, what it is to stand on your own 2 feet in this field, what it is to feel served, what it is to give, and so forth. I don't like the way you guys are looking at each other.
It was like how we looked at Naomi. It was just how we looked at Naomi Jones.
I can only imagine. Look, I'm getting hope on this conference.
When you get the moment, little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some stuff.
Anybody that's ever had sticky note time needs to come
well, I saw Kim with the pen. I know she was writing. So I was like, oh, I'm in for it.
Roz has been going to town on social media.
Yes,
it's speed, but
put her acronym.
And so she gave you an acronym. She know I can't read that far. I can't see any of that.
Yield and write new expressions.
Yes.
Yield
and write new expressions. That's what your name is. That's your acronym. Yield and write new expressions.
That's cool.
I like that one.
That is. Oh my God! Now
she put in the comments for you too.
Okay.
And I'm so proud of you, of course. And I tell you that every time I get a chance, every time I see you, every time I can, communicate with you, whether it's on social media or in a private message, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I think that your vision is so big, Yawne. And God is going to surround you with the people that's supposed to help you carry the next base.
Yes.
Texas Mom is here praying for you, angels in the outfield.
And your Auntie Princess.
And your Auntie Princess. We all support you. Out of you. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Smart. And your kids
I think that I'm in a new stage of my life to take it up another notch. And 2017 for me personally has been groundbreaking in so many ways. I have been able to go to Harvard, right? I didn't see myself being at Harvard, but last month I was there and I said, God, won't you do it? Because if I'm sitting here telling these kids that Harvard is the goal, I can't wait till they all come back to school. So I'd be like, guess who was at Harvard? Yes. So if Miss Robinson is standing on Harvard's campus, I need you to be able to do the same.
Yes.
We continue to aim high. And, I'm hoping that anyone who's watching this live or who follows up on the replay, continue to press on and keep going forward. I never would have thought I was going to be standing on Harvard. I mean, that was completely out of the way. And to be chosen for it was completely different. Knowing that this was not my background. So
awesome.
If we need to sit there and figure out life plans and all this other things, then so be it. Let's go. I'm ready. I got my heels ready. I got my hair ready. I'm ready. Because
we're coming to New York.
We have to continue to push things forward as business owners, as women, as leaders of this next generation. I'm huge on that. So while I know I might be leaving a legacy, I do not want to leave this last generation that's coming up behind me without hope and resources. So that's why I'm committed. And
it takes
Wow.
You are so awesome.
Thank you.
She's my New York baby. My New York baby girl.
Well, I just thank you so much for coming on and sharing today and giving other people hope to do the things that they have dreamed about. And if anyone's listening, wanting or even if you want a full powerhouse, leave her a message or send us a message. And if you have the time, Yawne, come on at 7 if they have questions.
Central Standard Time.
Yes, Central Standard. I'm sorry. The princess has issues with time, I guess.
That's 8 o'clock New York time.
But if you can come on at 7 and answer any questions that they have, or tomorrow night or the next night, we're going to be doing Q&A at 7 Central the next 3 nights. So it's connected with this little powerhouse. Same thing. You're crazy if you don't accept the access that we're offering.
And just know that the people that Kim mentioned, we are going to be seeing them probably in the next couple of hours. And so we're definitely going to be connecting you guys some kind of way offline.
Yes, we will send you some numbers, and we'll get them your number, because I'm really serious about that. I knew that I was not the one that was going to teach anything because I'm not smart with you. But I really did have the privilege of speaking at both of these schools as a princess. And the thing is, what I spoke into them was that they were amazing, and that if anyone ever told them they weren't, tell them that a princess told them they were. And I think that's what you're doing with the VIP. I think you're helping them understand that they're amazing.
They're important.
And they're important. And that is huge. So yes, I definitely want to get you connected to the peeps I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be signing off. We love you.
We love you.
I love you guys. Thank you for having
you been out in the streets?
Yes, I'm about to go back out in the streets.
Well, you be safe in those streets. We'll be praying for you.
Yes,
thank you.
Love you. And everybody that's watching and following us, we just thank you for coming to the Hope to Hope conference. We thank you that you are joining us and participating with us. I'm Kim White with the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Cassandra Bradford Wilson with Genesis Preferred Solutions.
And we'll be back about 5:30 with another powerhouse. Yeah.
All right.
Soon.
Bye, Yawne.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you guys too.